Very good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha television this Saturday morning. I'm Aishwarya Kapoor with you. Let us start the news with the headlines. Prime Minister Modi's address to nation did not violate Model Code of Conduct, says Election Commission. Adds, Mission Shakti speech did not use party name or appeal for votes. Prime Minister to address election rallies in Arunachal Pradesh and Assam today. BJP President Amit Shah to file nomination for Gandhinagar Lok Sabha seat in the presence of Union Ministers Rajnath Singh and Nitin Gadkari and NDA's Ram Vilas Paswan, Uddhav Thackeray, Prakash Singh Badal. TRS Chief K. Chandrasekhar Rao addresses rally in Nalgonda. DMK's Stalin holds public meet in Rameshwaram. No bail for Nirav Modi in the UK. London court says substantial grounds to believe a fugitive businessman will fail to surrender. Next hearing on 26th of April. UK lawmakers reject Theresa May's Brexit deal for a third time. Outcome increases chances of a lengthy Brexit delay or Britain leaving European Union without a deal by 12th of April deadline. And in the final match of Sultan Azlan Shah Cup, India to take on South Korea today. With 13 points, India hope to remain unbeaten in the tournament. First up, let's get you all of the election-related news. Prime Minister Narendra Modi will kickstart his election campaign in northeastern states of Arunachal Pradesh and Assam today. The Prime Minister will first visit Arunachal Pradesh for campaigning purpose at Alo in West Siang for one Arunachal West parliamentary constituency. In a tweet, the Prime Minister requested the people of the state to bless BJP in the Lok Sabha and Vidhan Sabha polls. And later in the day, the Prime Minister will visit Assam, during which he will address rallies in northern Assam's Gopur and upper Assam's Moran. Both Gopur and Moran fall under Tezpur and Dibrugarh parliamentary constituencies and are represented by the BJP. Prime Minister Modi's visit comes after BJP President Amit Shah's visit to the state on Thursday. Amit Shah had addressed two rallies in Kaliabor and Jorhat parliamentary constituencies. All right, our colleague VISHAL is now joining us live from Guwahati. VISHAL, after Amit Shah's visit to the northeast today, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will kickstart his election campaign in the northeast of the country with visits to Arunachal Pradesh and Assam. Tell us more.
Well, you're right. In fact, there are going to be three public rallies by the Prime Minister in Northeast, and this will begin from Arunachal, as you pointed out. In Alo, in Arunachal West is the place where Prime Minister will hold his first public rally in the Northeast today. And that is a significant place as well from two points of view for the BJP. One, Arunachal West is the constituency from where the Minister of State for Home Affairs, Kiren Rijiju, is seeking a re-election. And Alo itself is one of those parliamentary constituencies where, BJP's representative has already been elected and opposed. So these are going to be very, very crucial public rallies from the BJP's point of view. Now coming to Assam here, the second public rally of the day for the Prime Minister will be the first one in Assam, and that will be in Moran. Now, Moran falls in Bishwanath, Moran falls in the Dibrugarh constituency, rather, the Shivsagar district, and that is already represented by the BJP in 2014. The BJP won this seat, and the sitting MP has been given the ticket again by the BJP. Also, the third rally will be in Gopur. Now, Gopur is part of the Tejpur district and Lok Sabha seat as well. That is, the district will be Radha Bishwanath and the seat is Tejpur. These two seats are also very crucial for the BJP. In these, elections, the Assam state is going to polls in 3 phases. Now, the first phase will have 5 constituencies, but significantly, these 2 places where the Prime Minister is addressing the public rallies are the seats which will go to polls in the second phase of polling. And that's going to be really crucial for the BJP also because, going by the kind of numbers which BJP had in 2014 in the northeastern region, it would definitely want to go ahead and build upon that particular strength and push those numbers further to ensure that they win more seats. And coming immediately after the BJP President Amit Shah's public rallies here in Assam, it would be very interesting to see as to what line will the Prime Minister take here in the northeast when he speaks to the people of Assam and Arunachal Pradesh today in the day.
Absolutely. So, Prime Minister Narendra Modi has fully jumped in the Lok Sabha election campaign, under which, of course, today the mission is on the northeast. He will hold 3 public meetings in Assam and Arunachal Pradesh. So thank you so much, Vishal, for all those details and that perspective. Thank you so much. And BJP President Amit Shah will be filing his nomination for the Lok Sabha polls in Gandhinagar today in the presence of senior party leaders including Union Ministers Rajnath Singh, Nitin Gadkari and NDA leaders like Shiv Sena Chief Uddhav Thackeray, SAD Supremo Prakash Singh Badal and LJP founder Ram Vilas Paswan. Before the nominations, Amit Shah will address a rally in Ahmedabad's Sardar Patel statue, followed by a roadshow here. Remember, polling for all the 26 seats of Gujarat will take place on 23rd of April and the last date to file the nominations is 4th of April. The Election Commission has given a clean chit to Prime Minister Narendra Modi over his Mission Shakti announcement. The Election Commission said that the Prime Minister did not violate the Model Code of Conduct, as in his address he neither mentioned his party nor appealed to the voters to vote in his favour. The Prime Minister had on Wednesday announced the successful test firing of an anti-satellite missile under Mission Shakti while addressing the nation. The Election Commission took the decision based on a report of a committee of officers which found that the Prime Minister did not violate the provision of party in power in the poll code. Model Code of Conduct, remember, is in place for the April-May parliamentary elections and some state polls. Several opposition parties had complained to the Election Commission alleging violation of the Model Code of Conduct. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addressed rallies in Telangana, Odisha and Andhra Pradesh on Friday. Addressing the public in Telangana's Mehboob-Nagar, the Prime Minister asked the people to vote for a new India. He targeted the Congress and said that the party neglected the country for years. He said that the citizens in the country were moving forward sans any fear as the Chowkidar has been alert.
आपने कांग्रेस और दूसरों के अनेक वर्षों का शासन देखा है और इस चौकीदार के 60 महीने भी देखे हैं। विकास के ऐसे अनेक काम इन 60 महीनों में किए गए हैं जो दशकों से अटके और लटके पड़े थे।
And in Andhra Pradesh's Kurnool, Prime Minister Modi listed his government's achievements and urged voters to re-elect his government at the centre.
विजयवाड़ा और तिरुपति एयरपोर्ट का विस्तार किसने किया? आखिर तक आवाज आनी चाहिए, किसने किया? किसने किया? इस जैसे तमाम फैसलों, परियोजनाओं ने आंध्र प्रदेश के युवाओं को रोजगार के नए अवसर दिए हैं, सुनहरे भविष्य की गारंटी दी है। इन सभी कार्यों में सहयोग देने के लिए मैं आज आंध्र प्रदेश की जनता का और इस धरती से पूरे हिंदुस्तान के जनता का हृदय से बहुत बहुत आभार व्यक्त करने आया हूं।
And earlier in the day, Prime Minister Modi launched the BJP's election campaign in eastern part of the country with a rally at Odisha's Koraput district, where he claimed that both the ruling Biju Janata Dal and the Congress have not worked for the development of the state. He targeted the ruling BJD in the state for depriving the poor of their right for quality health care as well.
2019 का ये चुनाव सिर्फ एक सांसद का चुनाव नहीं है, सिर्फ एक विधायक का चुनाव नहीं है। ये चुनाव केंद्र और राज्य में विकास का डबल इंजन लगाने वाली भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकारों के चुनाव का समय है। ये आने वाले 5 वर्षों में नए ओडिशा और नए भारत के निर्माण का चुनाव है। साथियों, ओडिशा मजबूत तब बनेगा जब यहां का आदिवासी, यहां का किसान, यहां का नौजवान आगे बढ़ेगा। जब यहां राज्य में और केंद्र में दोनों ही जगहों पर भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार होगी, तब ये सपना पूरा होगा।
Big story from Bihar, where the opposition Mahagathbandhan has finally agreed on a seat sharing for the 40 Lok Sabha seats in the state on Friday after a long-drawn tug-of-war among the partners. Now, as per the seat sharing formula, the RJD has now got 20 seats, out of which it is giving up 1 for the CPI-ML. The Congress has 9 seats. Upendra Kushwaha's RLSP has 5. 3 seats each have been allotted for Jitan Ram Manjhi's HAM and Mukesh Sahni's VIP. The announcement was made by TEJASWI YADAV at a press conference in Patna, who declared the candidates for 18 constituencies, leaving out the Shiohar seat. The alliance has decided to field RJD leaders Misa Bharti and Abdul Bari Siddiqui from Patliputra and Darbhanga respectively, while Tanveer Hassan will contest from Begusarai. On Congress seats, Ranjit Ranjan will contest from his Supal seat and Ashok Ram from Samastipur. Meera Kumar will contest from Sasaram. Making the announcement, Tejaswi Yadav denied reports of any rift between his party and the Congress and asserted that the Mahagathbandhan was intact and unbreakable.
कि काफ़ी लोग कह रहे थे कि महागठबंधन में इतनी देरी क्यों हो रही है, क्या कारण है। हम बताना चाहते हैं कि देर आए हैं दुरुस्त आए हैं। देश हित के लिए हम लोग खड़े हैं, बिहार के हित के लिए हम लोग खड़े हैं, गरीब के लिए खड़े हैं, किसान के लिए खड़े हैं, नौजवान के लिए खड़े हैं।
However, taking a swipe at the grand alliance of opposition parties in Bihar, Finance Minister Arun Jaitley said that the Mahagathbandhan is a non-bandhan. In a blog post titled "A Political Circus Called Mahagathbandhan," Arun Jaitley said that over the last several months, India was exhausted with the talk of a Mahagathbandhan. Arun Jaitley said that there is a tussle for leadership in opposition camp as multiple candidates have made their desire clear to take over the mantle of the leadership. He said that the opposition Gathbandhan has no leader, no program and no meeting of minds. Arun Jaitley said the only thing in common is the negative agenda of remove one man. It is a recipe for chaos.
10 प्रांत ऐसे हैं जिसमें वायदा किया था जिन्होंने महागठबंधन का, जो एक दूसरे के खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं, लगभग आधी संसदीय सीटों पर एक दूसरे के खिलाफ लड़ रहे हैं, एक दूसरे की सीटें कम करने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं। कोई उनका स्पष्ट नेता नहीं है। 4 नाम ऐसे हैं, राहुल गांधी, मायावती, ममता बनर्जी, शरद पवार, जो कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि मेरी सीट बढ़ जाए, दूसरे की कम हो जाए और मेरा नेतृत्व बन जाए, कल को झगड़ेंगे।
Congress President Rahul Gandhi addressed an election rally in Yamuna Nagar in Haryana. He said that Congress's poll promise for the ambitious Nyay scheme, under which 72,000 rupees will be deposited each year in the bank accounts of 20% of the country's poorest, is historic. He said that unlike the BJP, his party keeps its promise and referred to Nyay, the Congress plans to introduce if it forms the government. The Congress president also campaigned in Kurukshetra and Karnal.
न्याय योजना का मतलब हिंदुस्तान में जिसकी भी आमदनी 12,000 रुपए से कम महीने से कम की है, 20% हिंदुस्तान में लोग हैं, परिवार हैं, जिनकी आमदनी 12,000 रुपए प्रति महीना से कम है। हम उनको ढूंढेंगे, उनके नाम निकालेंगे और उन सबको, सब परिवारों को साल के 72,000 रुपए उनके बैंक अकाउंट में डाल देंगे।
And Priyanka Gandhi Vadra campaigned in Uttar Pradesh's Ayodhya district on Friday. At a street corner meeting in Ayodhya, she targeted the BJP, calling it a pro-rich, anti-farmer and against the interests of the armed forces. Priyanka Gandhi reiterated her party's promise to implement a minimum income guarantee scheme for the poorest 20% of the population if a Congress comes to power.
जनता के सामने नेता आए, उसको थोड़ी सी घबराहट होनी चाहिए, उसको थोड़ी सी घबराहट होनी चाहिए, उसको यह एहसास होना चाहिए कि मुझे जनता ने बनाया है। अगर मैंने काम नहीं किया, अगर मेरे जनता को आगे नहीं बढ़ाया, तो मेरा नुकसान होगा। लेकिन मेरी आपसे शिकायत है कि आप ये बात भूल गए हो। आपने नेताओं को बहुत बड़ा दर्जा दे दिया। आप भूल गए हो कि सत्ता आपके हाथों में है। अपनी शक्ति को पहचानिए। आपका देश है, किसी और का नहीं है। आपका देश है, आपके खून पसीनों से बना है। किसानों ने ये देश बनाया है, जवानों ने ये देश बनाया है, आपने बनाया है।
And TRS Chief and Telangana Chief Minister K. Chandrasekhar Rao on Friday addressed a rally in Telangana's Nalgonda. Addressing the gathering, Rao claimed that the BJP-led NDA and Congress would not get more than 150 and 100 Lok Sabha seats respectively, and asserted that the regional parties will form the government. Meanwhile, DMK President M.K. Stalin also held a public meeting in Rameshwaram on Friday, targeting AIADMK. He said that during its campaign, like all parties usually do, AIADMK should seek votes by explaining its achievements and the welfare schemes of its government. Instead, these party men are resorting to attacking the Congress and the DMK, since AIADMK has not achieved anything worth mentioning. And in more election-related news, Congress President Rahul Gandhi on Friday said that his party, if voted to power, will scrap the Niti Aayog and replace it with a lean planning commission. Rahul Gandhi said that the Niti Aayog set up by Prime Minister Narendra Modi after he assumed power in 2014 served no purpose other than making marketing presentations for the Prime Minister and fudging data. The Congress President said that he will replace it with a lean planning commission, whose members will be renowned economists and experts with less than 100 staff. The Congress is seeking to revert to the original structure of the government think tank. Let's get you some other news now. To ensure synergized and concerted action against terror financing and terror-related activities in Jammu and Kashmir, the centre has set up a multidisciplinary terror monitoring group. The terror monitoring group will have representatives from the Jammu and Kashmir Police, Intelligence Bureau, CBI, NIA and the Income Tax Department. It will also take action against strong sympathizers among government employees, including teachers who are providing covert or overt support to terror activities. The terms of the reference of the group will be to take a coordinated action in all registered cases that relate to terror, terror financing, and terror-related activities and bring them to logical conclusion. It will also have to investigate networks of various channels being used to fund terror and terror-related activities and take a coordinated action to stop the flow of such funds. And fugitive Nirav Modi, the main accused in the 13,000 crore rupees Punjab National Bank scam, has been denied bail by a UK court. The judge said that there is substantial ground to believe that Nirav Modi will fail to surrender. Now, this is the second time that the fugitive jeweler has been denied bail since his arrest last week. Nirav Modi will now return to the HWP Handsworth prison in the southwest of London, where he has been lodged since last Wednesday. The next date of hearing has been fixed as 26th of April, when Nirav Modi will be produced in a court via video conference. President Nath Kovind on Friday held wide-ranging talks with his Bolivian counterpart, Evo Morales. Both leaders discussed issues such as economy, space, IT and traditional medicine. President Kovind's three-day visit to Bolivia is the first high-level visit to the Latin American country since the establishment of diplomatic ties. Nath Kovind will also participate in an India-Bolivia business meet, address university students and interact with the Indian community here. On India's request, Bolivia has joined the Framework Agreement on International Solar Alliance. The two countries expressed their commitment to work together for promoting clean energy.
This is the first ever state visit between India and Bolivia, and I feel honored to be part of this historic moment in our diplomatic ties. Ladies and gentlemen, President Evo Morales and I had extensive talks today. We discussed a range of areas of mutual interest in bilateral, regional and multilateral fields. We have reaffirmed our commitment to strengthen our political and economic engagement. India feels privileged to share its development experience with Bolivia under the framework of South-South cooperation. In this spirit, we are happy to offer $100 million line of credit to Bolivia for financing development projects. We are happy to have Bolivia as a partner in the International Solar Alliance and welcome the signing of the framework agreement establishing the bond. In addition, we have signed 8 MOUs in the field of culture, visa waiver arrangement for diplomats, exchange between diplomatic academies, mining, space, traditional medicine, establishment of Center of Excellence in IT and Bioscenic Railway Project.
President Nath Kovind was also awarded with the highest state honor of Bolivia by President Morales. Kovind accepted the honor on the behalf of people of India and dedicated it to the friendship between India and Bolivia. And India and the United States have jointly urged Pakistan to take meaningful, irreversible and verifiable action against terrorists and terror groups operating from its soil. Indian and US officials met in Washington yesterday for the 16th meeting of the India-US Counter-Terrorism Joint Working Group and the second session of the US-India Designations Dialogue. The Counter-Terrorism Joint Working Group exchanged views on threats posed by international terrorist organizations as well as ongoing concerns over cross-border terrorism in the South Asia region. The participants also highlighted their efforts on some of the world's most pressing counter-terrorism challenges, including countering the financing and the operations of terrorist organizations, terrorist use of the internet, and prosecuting, rehabilitating, and reintegrating returning foreign terrorist fighters. Now, according to the statement, the US also welcomed India's participation in international efforts to counter terrorism finance, and the two sides also shared information about their priorities and procedures for pursuing sanctions designations against terrorist groups and individuals. State Department Coordinator for Counter-Terrorism, Ambassador Nathan A. Sales, and the Ministry of External Affairs Joint Secretary Mahavir Singhvi led their respective inter-agency delegations and discussed counter-terrorism cooperation between the two countries, resolving to continue the close coordination on this important element of bilateral relationship. Ambassador Sales also emphasized US's support for the people and government of India in the fight against terrorism. Remember, recently US brought a draft resolution in the UN Security Council proposing to blacklist Jaish-e-Mohammed chief Masood Azhar as a global terrorist after China held a proposal initiated by France under the 1267 Sanctions Committee. The top international focus, UK lawmakers rejected Theresa May's Brexit deal for a third time on Friday, plunging the country further into political uncertainty. The defeat of the Prime Minister's withdrawal agreement by 344 votes to 286 came on the same day that Britain was originally supposed to leave the European Union and left the path forward on the Brexit unclear. The rejection of May's plan raises the chances of a lengthy delay to Brexit or Britain crashing out of the European Union without a deal on the new deadline of 12th of April. Theresa May had offered to resign if Parliament passed her deal, but ultimately she was unable to persuade enough MPs to back a plan that they had rejected in two previous votes. The Prime Minister said that the outcome was a matter of profound regret, adding that I fear that we are reaching the limits of this process in the House. It may now rest on British lawmakers to find a way out when they run a second vote on alternatives to May's deal on Monday. Meanwhile, responding to the vote, the European Council President Donald Tusk has called a European Council meeting on 10th of April. In a statement, the European Commission said that the UK would have to indicate a way forward by 12th of April for consideration by the European Council. Sports news now. India will take on South Korea in the summit clash of Sultan Azlan Shah Cup hockey tournament in Malaysia today. India thrashed Poland 10-0 in their last league match on Friday. Already assured of a place in the final against South Korea, the Indian hockey team scored goals almost at will. The five-time champions maintained their unbeaten streak in the tournament, collecting 13 points from 5 league matches with the help of 4 wins and a draw. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Breakfast News. Thanks for watching. Have a great day ahead.